Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe, we're trying to hit 50k until the end of the year. And let's get going, guys. So we have another tier list. I promised you guys if it had a good reaction on the yesterday's video on the rank 8 aircraft right now added for the Apex Predator update, I would be doing one for the rank 7 premiums that were added, one for each nation. By the way, once all the rank 7 that are going to go to rank 8 are there at the 20th of this month, I think I will be doing another video on that, just comparing all the rank 8 aircraft that were added, so including the MLD, including the MLA, the F-14 and other aircraft. Okay, so don't worry. So yeah, let's get going. So today we're going to do this. So let's explain this. So yeah, obviously the S tier or the highest tier will be pay to win, basically. Grind machine would be very good, but it's not pay to win. You need to actually fly it correctly. Not great, not terrible, as always. Not great, not terrible, right? So it is always half measure. It is all right. It's not that bad, but it can be difficult as well. Obviously difficult aircraft to fly. It has problems with PR or anything like that. And pay to suffer, the worst one in my opinion. Okay, so let's get going. Let's start with the US and go until Israel. So let's start with the A6E tram, the new addition for the rank 7 premium for the US. A great addition as basically an attacker aircraft. I would put it in the grind machine. I don't think it's pay to win, even though it has the ability to use AIM-9Ls at that BR 10.0, and that can be very, very OP. There is a lot of A10s, and due to the numbers of the US mains playing these aircraft, they face each other a lot. And also we have the Su-25 as well. So we have all other aircraft that are flying with all aspect missiles. Obviously they are very, very great. They're great machines. And yeah, I even think that this one is better than the normal A10. It is faster, and it just feels a little bit better to fly, in my opinion. As a ground attacker, it is very, very good as well. It has the amazing camera system on the nose there that helps a lot. Hopefully in the future it gets its ground radar, but still it is one of the greatest attacker aircraft in the game, and it is a premium. So yeah, it's very, very good. In ground RB, in air RB, it's amazing, but it is still an attacker, so it won't be like stomping everything on an air battle, right? And even on a tank battle, obviously, it can be shot down by AA systems. So it's not like amazing, oh my god, it's going to break the game. But it's not bad. I think it's just very, very good. Then we go for the MiG-21 Bis, the Lazur M, the East German MiG-21 Bis that has the Lazur M autopilot GCI system. In the game, it is basically the same as the Saul, but it has a different pod, the same pod as the MiG-21 Bis for the Soviets for flares. So yeah, it's a very, very good aircraft. R60Ms, R13s, R3Rs, amazing performance, amazing engine. I have to put it on the grind machine as well. It is not for everybody right now, just due to the fact that the way that the matchmaking works and everything that you are facing. It would be a pay to win if we didn't have F-16s and MiG-29s and F-14s and stuff like that. So yeah, it is one of the best aircraft in the game. It's light and nimble and easy to fly, amazing missiles and for that BR, and yeah, it's just a very, very good aircraft. But it has its problems as well. It barely has a radar. The radar is with a fighter-sized target. It can detect it from like 15 to 20 kilometers depending on the situation. No pulse Doppler. The radar missiles are pretty bad. And yeah, the R60Ms, they're amazing, but they can suffer a little bit. The guns, I think they are amazing. The Grisha 23mm, but still there are some people that will be having problems with it. So yeah, it's a very, very good aircraft, but it's not perfect. So yeah, it is a grind machine, very, very good for grinding, but it's not the greatest thing ever. Okay, Then we go for the MiG-23ML. I have to put it on pay to win. It's just the most amazing premium aircraft ever to be added to War Thunder. It is basically a MiG-23MLA. It has the same engine, the same fuselage, and the same missiles as the MLA. The only difference is the radar. You can feel that, barely can feel that actually in the sense of performance of this radar. The only thing that it will actually feel is that you cannot take, for some reason, even though the ML could already take one of each, but you cannot take one of each R24. So one R and one T, you cannot do that. On the MLA, you can. In real life, if I'm not mistaken, the ML already could do that, but it's not implemented, so I don't know why. But maybe to be a little bit different from the MLA, but still it's weird. But in a general sense, it's just like the MLA. I don't use the T variant on it. I only use the R variant anyway, so I kind of don't mind it. The radar is basically the same. In theory, it should have less ECCM and other minor things, but it's not by much, and in the game you barely can feel it. I don't think you even can feel it, but yeah, it's just amazing. Best premium aircraft of the game. If you want an aircraft for grinding any nation, not considering the nations, the best aircraft in the game right now to rank to do that is the MiG-23ML. Amazing aircraft. Then we go for the F4J. To be honest, I think it's a problematic one. I would put it in difficult. It is not as bad as everybody says, but it is not good. It is a complicated aircraft. The main problem with it is that it doesn't have the AIM-7F. So the F4J for the US has that. And this is basically the same aircraft with the difference that it uses the Skyflash instead of the 7F. The Skyflash is, even though it's a very good missile at closer range, even better than the E2 even, but at longer ranges it's just not good. The range on it, it's very limited. You can, in theory, get kills from 20 kilometers plus, right? But especially with the aircraft that you are going to be facing, which are way more advanced than yours, you will have troubles doing BVR with it. So you will have to be careful with F-14s, with F-4Js using AIM-7Fs, with F-16s using AIM-7Ms, MiG-29s using the R-27ER. So it's a difficult aircraft to fly. It is fun, and it can be used fairly well. I think the engines, I mean, they're the same as the F4J, they're not the Rolls-Royce ones. So it's problematic. I wouldn't say that it's suffering a lot, but it is a little bit, right? So yeah. Then we go for the F4E ADTW, the Japanese F4E. I would say that, yeah, it's probably, yeah, pay to suffer. It's a difficult aircraft to fly. It is basically the same as, I mean, it was EJ. I forgot to put the J here, so sorry about that. But still, it's an F4E. Doesn't matter too much. But yeah, it's an aircraft that it has the APQ-120 still. It has the same missiles as the normal one, and I don't think it even has the flares. Oh no, I just checked it. It does have the flares, at least that. So yeah, at least I guess it's usable. But it won't have the Agile Eagle package, so it doesn't have the slats or anything like that, so it doesn't turn well. The radar is not pulse Doppler. The missiles are still the AIM-7E, not the E2 or anything like that. And it uses AIM-9P. It's a difficult aircraft to fly for its BR. The EJ, the normal EJ for the Tech 3 is already pretty bad. And this is basically the same aircraft, so it's not really worth it, man. I don't think, especially $70 is really not worth it. Both of these are not worth it that much, but still, these one is specifically bad. I think it's problematic. It really is. Then we go for the J7D. So a new version of the J7 based on the J7 III. So yeah, very, very interesting aircraft. Kind of a line of thinking behind a MiG-21 bis for the Chinese. It is different though. It has a different radar. It has a different engine, different missiles. The performance, you can feel that it lacks a little bit compared to the MiG-21 bis, especially due to the engine. The engine is a domestically built engine for the J7. and the power output, it is between the MiG-21 MF and the MiG-21 bis. So it's not that powerful, and you can feel that on the turning. You will lose a lot of speed, and it takes a while for you to actually get speed again. So you really need to be careful with that, especially in this BR. But don't get me wrong, I researched the F-16 MLU with it, and it was fine. It's just that sometimes you will face a lot of up tiers, and you have to be careful, especially in long dogfights. Still, you have a pretty alright radar, to be honest. The radar is better than the MiG-21. It feels better. I don't know if it is technically better, but still. And you can carry the PL-7, which is the MatAWG domestically built in China. So yeah, it's Magic 1, obviously not the Magic 2, but still it's a alright missile for dogfights, and the PL-5B for more long range, engagements. I would use 2 of each, and use the PL-7 for dogfights and the PL-5 for reaching out longer ranges, right? But overall, a very good aircraft. It's just, it has its problem with energy, and facing a lot of these up tiers, you will have troubles with the missiles as well sometimes, because it's not an all-aspect missile or anything like that. I don't think he should be getting a new missile, I don't know, but yeah, well. And then we go for the Italian F-104S TAF, which is for the Turkish Air Force. So very cool, has a very cool skin as well for it. But I would say it is a difficult aircraft to fly. It is now a little bit better, to be honest. It is improved over the old F-104S. The old F-104S, the normal Tech 3 one, also received flares, but this one also, yeah, has flares, so it helps a lot. It is still the fastest F-104S together with the ASA, so that helps a little bit as well. But you will be facing up tiers sometimes, so you do need to be careful. Once you are facing down tiers, it's fine. It is completely fine, to be honest. It is a very fun aircraft to fly, and yeah, the missiles are the problem. I mean, you have A9Ps. If you're facing 10.3s, yes, it's amazing, but if you're facing MiG-29s and F-16s, yeah, the A9P doesn't cover it, and the AIM-7E doesn't do it as well. The radar is kind of limited. The performance of it is pretty good for an F-104, but it is still an F-104. It doesn't turn very well. It is just overall a difficult aircraft to fly as well. It has a very high learning curve that you have to learn. Okay? Then we go for the Mirage F1C 200. I'm really divided about this one. I actually wanted to add to not great, not terrible, but I will put it on difficult just due to the performance of the aircraft itself. What you have to learn about this aircraft is that it is the same aircraft as the F1C, okay? 2 cannons, the same aircraft, same missiles, same radar, same everything. The only difference is this little thing here, the refueling pod. So he has actually the in-flight refueling system that it is completely useless in game right now, but yeah, it's a little bit different. So yeah, the Magic 2s help a lot. The 530F, I mean, it's an amazing missile until somebody fires a chaff, so it can be problematic. You can also carry the R530s, the normal ones, so I guess you can use those. So I don't know, it's just problematic, a very problematic aircraft. The 2 Magic 2s help a lot, but still the radar is limited. The cannons are not that good. The performance of it, don't try to dogfight anything with this. You are going to lose basically to everybody. So I don't know, it's just a very difficult to fly aircraft, but the Magic 2s pull you a little bit for getting some kills, right? So it's not a pay to suffer, right? It is an aircraft that can get kills. It is just very difficult, and you will normally get kills only with the Magic 2s. Then we go for the Finnish, the Swedish J35 exported by, it's not actually exported, it was built inside Finland. I think it's a very good aircraft. Just for the aircraft itself, I would put it in grind machine. It is a very good aircraft. It basically wins any dogfight. It has a better radar than the D variant. It has flares and chaff, even though it's not that many. And you are flying a 10.7 at the same BR as the J35D, but with 2 more missiles, flares and chaff and a better radar and IRST, which helps a lot. So it is a grind machine. It is pretty good. Of course, he will suffer a bit against the more advanced aircraft like the top tier ones once you get it. It is a 10.7 aircraft, as I said, so we will face sometimes 11.7s. But overall, I didn't get too much into that BR. Normally, it's facing, on the max side of things, F-14s, and you can deal with F-14s with this thing. It's not that difficult, especially in a dogfight. You just have to be careful with the BVR. The main problem with it is that it doesn't have an RWR, at least, that I know of. I don't think he had when I played. It's been like a week, so I don't think he was updated. But still, if he was, it's even better. But still, problematic, but very good aircraft. I don't know, I didn't suffer too much with this aircraft, so I feel like it should be not great, not terrible, but I would put it here just due to the matchmaking. The matchmaking can be different, so it depends when you are flying and what server and many other things. So it can be an aircraft that it's not that good, but still, with me at least, it was pretty alright. Okay? And then the last aircraft, the Kafir Canard. To be honest, it is a very good grind machine, just due to the fact that you can carry a lot of bombs, has flares, and you can deal with that. Overall, the performance as well, to be honest, it is not great or terrible, okay? For a grind purposes, it is good, because you can bomb a lot of things and you get a lot of points and stuff. And it is 10.7, so it is good due to that. But it can suffer a lot, so I think it would be like a between these two, to be honest. On the performance side of things, especially in air-to-air combat, it lacks a lot. I mean, it is a delta wing, so it can beat a lot of the aircraft in an air-to-air combat if you know what you're doing, but the cannons are pretty and you only have a 9Gs, so it is problematic, but it can be both, depending on what you are doing it with. I would just grind it out with it, use it bomb, and try to get some kills with it later. Then it can actually be used correctly. But I don't know, for the performance of it, I would say it is not great, not terrible. It is the same BR as the J35 XS, but it has less power. I mean, it has more, technically more flares and stuff. But it just has less power, it has less overall speed in general, right? The J35 is a lot faster, it feels a lot faster. I don't know if it is actually, but it feels a lot, the acceleration and stuff. I can be wrong, but still. And it has a lot more missiles and it has the IRST and stuff. So I just think that for the performance, I would put it in not great, not terrible. For the grinding purposes, it is a very good aircraft for grinding, but it has these problems. Don't try to fight too many aircraft depending on the matchmaking that you get. If you get against an 11.7, you lose a lot of things. So I don't know, it's problematic, right? So I don't know, but still very, very good. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. I still think that the MiG-23 is the king of them all. These three, they can be used in the correct circumstances to be actually amazing. These two, they are amazing. I think the J7 can be even more of a grind machine than the Kafir Canard. It's not really fair to put these two on the same page. It's just that the Kafir Canard is complicated, and the J7 too. But the BR difference, obviously, I'm not saying that I mean, for example, the Kafir Canard is not better than the F4J or the Mirage F1 for that matter. It's that the Kafir Canard on its BR, it's better. Okay, so I'm comparing it to what it faces, not the aircraft itself, okay? That's really important because sometimes people don't understand these type of tier lists, okay? So yeah. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, guys. Make sure to subscribe, and I see you guys on the next one. And bye, guys. See you.